When I made this channel, my idea was to showcase the games I develop, and now I made them, and I'd start by improving my first game ever, The Ball in the Room. And that's exactly what I did in the last video. I completely reworked the first level and made it so much better. But after posting the video, I realized something. I never actually showcased the game. Okay, now you might argue that this is false, because on my first video I showed gameplay in the background, but I don't think that's the same as showcasing the game. Sure, you could see how the game is, but you couldn't know exactly what is happening. It's as if you stumbled upon a YouTube stream of someone playing a game you've never heard of. You'd be very confused to what's going on. So after realizing this, I decided that I should make a video specifically showcasing my game, its levels and mechanics, and generally how the game works. And that's what this video is about. I'll show you all there is to know about the game, and maybe even show one or two Easter eggs. So without any further ado, let me show you the first game that I've ever created, The Ball in the Room. The first thing I should mention is that The Ball in the Room is a platformer. The levels consist of obstacles you have to dodge to reach the end. If you die, you need to restart the level from the very start. Unless the level contains a checkpoint, which only exists in level 2, so yeah, good luck with that. Okay, before I talk about the levels and such, I'm gonna show you all the stuff you can encounter in these levels. Bullets and lava, they will kill you if you touch them, so don't. Speed pads, they make you fast for a while. Jump pads allow you to jump, because the spacebar is useless here. Black balls, they're just there for fun. And lastly, we have Envelope. It's a snail, and yes, it's the best part of the game. Now getting into the actual game. When you open the game, you are greeted by this beautiful, astonishing, delightful main menu. In here we can see a ball in a room, which means the name of the game makes sense, unlike some other games. This is where you select if you want to play the levels or select your skin. I'll talk about that later. But for now, levels. Besides the tutorial, there are 3 main levels and 2 other sort of levels? The arena and the boss. I'll get to those eventually. I'm also not really showing the tutorial because all it has is stuff I already explained, but you can enjoy these 20 seconds of me playing it. Okay, that's enough, let me show you level 1. Level 1 is called Fire the Cannons, and it's a level I reworked on the last video, which you should definitely watch by the way. If you play the game, you play the old version, so let me explain how it's different now. In this level there are cannons on your left and right that will shoot bullets periodically, and your goal is to reach the other side of the room without getting hit. As I said, if you get hit, you go back to the beginning of the level. There are a few speed pads to help you, or kill you, if you get unlucky. And there are also jump pads that will lead you to a higher platform. After jumping a couple times, you reach the highest platform, which is a little different because it has bigger cannons that shoot black balls at you, which don't kill you, but they're quite annoying. Well, annoying, but also funny to watch. And once you reach the black entrance, you finish the level, and that's the same for any level. Moving to level 2, Over Lava. This level is what I feel like is the closest this game gets to an actual platformer, because it just platforms over lava. As you might have guessed, if you fall in lava, you lose, so you have to reach the end without falling. And you have to dodge the obstacles that will try to push you into the lava. I think this is the hardest level in the game because of the movement works and you have to control in order not to fall. So if you're bad at the game, like me, don't worry because the level has a checkpoint. You just need to touch the green flag, and when you die you return to next to the flag rather than at the start of the level. Other than that, it's a simple level. You gotta reach the black entrance at the end of the room like any other level. I'd also like to point out that the lava goes up and down, which is completely irrelevant, but I like it. Now let's move on to level 3. The final main level is called All the Way Down, and it's quite different from the other levels. You see, in this level you are on a downhill slope and you can't stop going down. You can only move left or right and dodge the obstacles until you eventually reach the end. These obstacles are very similar to the other levels. There's lava, some walls that will slow you down, and there are also speed pads. There are also black balls always appearing, but they're just there for chaos and they're quite unlikely to get in your way. In this level there are also these very ugly portals that just teleport you, so I think that's cool, If you dodge all the obstacles, eventually you reach the end of the level, which is, like any other level, a black entrance. So these are the 3 main levels of the game, but there are also 2 other levels, the arena and the boss fight. Let's start with the arena. I'll just start by saying that the arena was intended to be a duel between 2 players on a local computer to see who knocked each other out first. But I ended up not following that idea because it felt like too much effort. So instead, the arena is this platform with lava around where you have to survive for as long as you can. Black balls will randomly spawn and try to push you into the lava. There will be lava blades appearing and spinning, bullets that appear every now and then, and shields that will appear periodically that you can pick up, protect yourself from lava and the bullets. And of course, there's also endlops. Touching endlop will make you bounce a bit. There's a timer that shows you how long you've survived for, and it will only stop when you die. So the arena is this purely chaotic place that only ends when you die. I could say that I like how the arena is, but I'd be lying. And now talking about what I had the most fun developing. The boss fight. I love boss fights in video games, so I just had to add one for this game too. It's my favorite part in the entire game. Let me explain how the fight goes. There are 3 stages as shown by the hearts on the boss. In the first 2, the boss attacks 5 times, and the last stage it attacks 10 times. The types of attacks in stage 1 and 2 are random from its selection of attacks. These include falling balls from the ceiling, a hammer that chases you, hitting harms that spawn bullets, shooting bullets, and spinning lava. You might have noticed that there is a bar at the bottom. This is, if it's not obvious, a health bar. Unlike in other levels, here you don't die as soon as you get hit. You take some damage and you only lose when your health reaches 0. You're probably asking, okay, but how do I kill the boss? And that's where the halftime show comes in. The halftime show is just a fancy name I gave to the event in between stages. The room turns darker, some lights light up, there's this lava bar that goes up and down, back and forth that you have to dodge, and then red circles appear around you and you gotta make sure you're not stepping on them when they trigger. This small event happens every 5 attacks, or 10 if it's the last stage, which I'll get to in a bit. Once this attack ends, there will be a big red button that will appear, which you have to press in order to take one of the boss's hearts. When you hit the button on the last heart, you win. Yeah, it definitely isn't a very interesting fighting mechanic, but it's one I managed back then. And now talking about the last stage. This stage happens when the boss is at 1 heart, and you'll know it's the last stage because of the red lags, and not only do you need to survive 10 attacks in this stage, but the attacks are just improved versions of the original ones. The spinning lavas deal damage over time, the balls fall faster, the bullets from the arms go towards you, the boss shoots a lot more bullets, and the hammer shoots bullets too. I sure use a lot of bullets in this game. And if you manage to survive all of this and press the button on the final halftime show, you defeat the boss, and honestly you just prove you're good at the game. The boss fight is by far the hardest part of the game, so if you defeated it, congrats. And that's all there is to know about the game. Oh wait, I forgot about this. Skins. I am a huge fan of cosmetics in games, so I decided to add skins into my game. They don't change gameplay at all, of course, they just change how the ball looks. You can choose to just change the color of your ball, or you can have completely different skins like Planet Earth, 8-ball, a basketball, and even animals like pigs and penguins. I know I said the boss was my favorite part of the game, but maybe skins come in a close second. Once you select the skin you want, you can just enter a level and play with it. Of course, that's the whole point of the skin. And while on this topic, let me just say there is a secret skin that you can find in one of the levels. And that's the last feature of the game that I want to talk about. But since you watched this far, I'll show you one of the few Easter eggs there are in the game. And no, it's not the skin. If you go into level 1 and walk back, you will see a standing black ball with the sentence, "It's over wall, I have the high ground." This is a Star Wars reference. There are more Easter eggs in the game though. Can you find them all? With that being said, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed and that I convinced you to play the game. You can download it for free on itch.io or click the links in the comments. It's downloadable for Windows, but I can try to make it work for other systems. If you enjoyed the video, I really appreciate if you subscribed and share the video. And that's all from me today. I will see you in the next video. Have a good one.